Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
What's happening?
That's a great question for this podcast.
I led you right into it, didn't I?
That is pretty. I don't know if that was planned or not, but it does work.
Okay.
It does work. Today, we're going to talk about how to use local SEO to publicize your events. So as local businesses, a lot of times you might have an event coming up. Maybe you're speaking, you have a webinar, you have an upcoming promotion, these kind of things. How can you publicize these using the organic reach of your business and make sure that Google recognizes this event or your events moving forward? Okay?
Yep.
All right. So this is going to get, it's not that complicated, but I want to preface all of this with this. Take a second, go to your browser, open up Google, and then type in events near me.
Okay.
Now, chances are you've never done that before. Am I right?
Correct.
I think I am. And what you're going to see is 3 events, and then you can click under that for more events, and you're going to see, weirdly, tons of events. Now, this would be awesome if anyone knew this feature existed, but it's really not that publicized. It's really not that popular. So my point for saying that is, understand that your event, publicizing a one-time single event organically is very, very tough. You can publicize it, but to expect to get registrations for your webinar or attendance to your pop-up somewhere, it's going to be tough. Now, you have to understand, though, that you have to use all of the channels available to you. Facebook, Meetup, Eventbrite, your website, all of these can work in tandem to promote your event so that more people see it. You can also, of course, use Google Ads to promote your event. And that does, like, say you're an art gallery, that we've seen good success with that for upcoming events for an art gallery, for example. But organically, today we're going to talk about how to do this organically. And so if you have recurring events that happen regularly once a month or so, this is a great way to get your name out there and help everything. Your local authority, which helps your local ranking, and that brings people to your business and to your events. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. So step 1, you're going to have to create at least 2 pages on your website. One is an event page with a list of your upcoming and past events. So that's going to be one part of your website. The other part is going to be each one of those events is going to need its own single page that connects, of course, to that events page. On that single page, that single event page, you're going to have to put something called event schema. Now, Jamie, have you heard the word schema in relation to websites?
Of course.
All right.
From Local SEO in 10.
That's right. You're an avid listener. All right. So that's right.
What?
So thank you. Schema is the language that resides on the back end of your website that speaks directly to search engines. And so one kind of schema is called event schema. And so you can go, you can just search event schema generator. I'll put one link to a generator in the notes so you can fill that out for your event. It includes name, when it is, what time it starts, what time it ends, like all kinds of, crazy and detailed information that you have to have for that event. And actually, it's not for you to have that event. It's for Google and the other search engines to recognize your event. If you don't do this, most likely your event will not really show up on Google, and that event near me that we just saw, it definitely won't show up there. Okay. So super important that you do this. All right. For your website. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Questions?
Yes.
Go.
Why would I want to do that? If nobody knows about this, no one, if no one knows events near me, why would this be important for my website ranking?
Okay. So point number one, what does Google love more than anything else?
Money.
Google.
No, they love money.
Thank you. All right.
Second
So
most.
Google loves Google, meaning that if you get onto that events near me set page, that's another link back to your website on a Google property. So that's one reason. Another reason is because this will support your local authority as a brand. So the more of these you do and the less of them that your competitors do, this is going to be another way that you can outrank them. So don't think that these are wasted, even if you only get whatever 9, 10, or 5 people coming to your event for your webinar or something like that. Understand that this event page, you never take off your website, and the links that are generated from it never leave, and the authority that goes with that as a brand is very powerful. So if you're not doing these, think about it. If you're a law firm, you should be doing, one of your attorneys every month should be tasked with doing a webinar to answer questions about that specialty. Great way to do that. Just once a month, somebody else's turn to do it. It's a great way to build that brand authority. Okay?
Yep. Okay.
All right. So on that page that we've created, that events page and that event listing, that single event page, make sure to do everything right. Make sure you have keywords in it, what it's about. Make sure you have your city names. Very, very important. So that way Google knows where this event will take place. Also a good thing for your local authority.
Okay.
All right. So the next step you're going to have to do is go on Facebook, create the event page on Facebook. All the same information that you got from your website, you can put up there on that Facebook event page. Pretty simple to make. Once you have that web page done, it's very, very quick to do the rest of this. Okay, so you're going to go to Facebook, make an event page. You're going to go to LinkedIn, your company LinkedIn page. Same thing, make an event page. If you have recurring events, you should have a free account on Meetup. You can do the same thing. Create a Meetup page for it. Eventbrite, same thing. Create an Eventbrite page. And I know it sounds like a lot, but once you have done this on one platform, doing it on the others, this altogether, once you have that web page done, this is an hour tops to do this. So it's not that much work, and you can definitely have somebody else do it if you're too busy. Okay?
Yeah. It's right. Now, if you set up something on Meetup and then you set up something on Eventbrite, and say you get overlap, and now you don't have room, or I would think you would just want to do it in one good one. So.
Well, I'll say they're a good one. So you can, if you're selling tickets, you're going to have to definitely choose one. So on Facebook, you could shoot that link if you're a payment processor, or is going to be through Eventbrite. You're going to have to pay them or something like that. But if these are free events, you can have them all point to one location. So that way people have to register for it. But definitely you want to have your web page for that event included on all of those other platforms. Okay. Because what happens is people click through. Also, Google scans that and understands that. It's another way to get local authority, hence local ranking.
Got it.
Good.
Okay.
All right. So that was it. Pretty much those are the things that you want to do for your events. Make sure that make sure that for your event, you're collecting people's email addresses, because afterwards you want to be in touch with them because those are potential clients or customers. You've built up trust with them. So you definitely want to reach out, maybe give them some kind of freebie for attending. But in any case, all of these, if you're doing events, this is the things that we discussed here, you must do. because if you don't, you're just wasting a lot of effort. And we want to make sure that you're maximizing all of the potential of that event. So definitely reaching out to new people, but also gaining your local authority and outranking your competition.
Got it.
All right.
But can I ask one real quick question?
Yes, sir.
If your event, if you have a website, it already has events, and those events are regular, but they're not on Meetup, not on Eventbrite, how would one get them onto the Google events without using those, or is it impossible?
Without using Meetup or Eventbrite?
Yeah. Yep.
So you have a better chance of getting on that Google Near Me page when you have an Eventbrite or Meetup page made. So Eventbrite and Meetup are really strong domain authority, and Google scans them consistently for new events all the time. So the information that you have on one of those, Eventbrite, Meetup, or your website, could definitely get you into that Google Events Near Me page. But it's not all about that, right? All of these places are potential places where clients can find you and future customers can find you. So you definitely want to have them.
Is it also possible instead of just having events near me, what if you did business events near me? Or,
sure.
So you're not inviting, everyone in the public to your legal seminar, but
either. I mean, when you type in events or business events near me on that search engine, definitely those business events will show up. So yeah.
Okay.
That's all about your keywords and that schema. Super, super important.
Got it. Okay. Well, that's very good. Very useful.
There you go.
Finally.
That's all I got.
Just kidding. Every podcast you do is very useful.
Thanks, Jamie.
Especially this one. But this one is a little bit higher. But they're all a 5, Adam, and everyone would agree who's listening. So, in any event, we'll chop it off there. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to share. Please be sure to share it out with any of your business contacts, people who maybe do run a lot of events, a Chamber of Commerce, for example, or a church, or your business or their business. And definitely share this podcast out because as Adam mentioned, events, they might not get people to the event, but it certainly could help their ranking. So, and speaking of ranking, if you can give us 5 stars wherever you're listening to this podcast, that really helps our ranking and to help Adam's information get out to more and more people every day. And if you have a question about a previous podcast, go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button and do search for any topic. And chances are there's at least 2 or 3 podcasts. And if not, go to our Facebook or LinkedIn page, Local SEO in 10, and send us a message there. Tell us you're listening. We'd love to hear from you. That we will talk to you next week.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.